Welcome to Econo Chat Let's Talk Business with Mr. Daniel Steinman. I'm Elsie Timiani, your hostess, and a warm welcome to Mr. Daniel Steinman himself.
Thank you, Elsie.
So today we are talking about silos. Before we get into detail, can you please explain to our listeners what do you mean when you say silos in terms of economics?
Let me first explain what is a silo.
Okay.
A silo is a very tall, round type of container. And when I say very tall, I'm talking about 20 or 30 meters, even 40 meters. So if you're familiar with cereal production, like you find in South Africa, Zimbabwe, and Zambia, you come across silos basically everywhere. Where they grow mealies, or where they grow wheat, or where they grow mahangu, there are silos. You also see them in Marienthal, but they're not that big. But the whole concept, the whole idea where we apply the notion of a silo in economics is in that fact that it is isolated. It's a tall, round structure. It's a type of container. You put stuff inside it and keep it in there for several years. But the one silo has got nothing to do with the one next to it. So this is where it becomes applicable in economics. And that is when we talk about organizations operating in silos, we refer to the functions they have to fulfill. And why I came on this topic and why it's so relevant, about a week ago, I was at Lucia Putaku International, and you will not believe it, after how many months the vending machines where you pay for your parking still do not accept the new Namibia dollar notes. Now first I was flabbergasted. I mean, can you believe it? How the airports company, how long will they now take to catch up? And then it struck me, this is actually a very basic example that you find in economics of organizations working in silos. And now you will start to see the whole concept as it manifests itself. Bank of Namibia introduced the new notes. Wow, big hoo-ah, fantastic, wonderful notes. Now, the pawpaw eats the fat. Because you go with your new notes to the ATM, you want to make a cash deposit, and the machine rejects them, telling you, sorry, I don't recognize a new note. You go to Lucia Putaku, you want to go pay for your parking. After so many months, the machine still tells you, I don't want your new note. So that is a typical silo. Bank of Namibia has gone ahead, planned, introduced, spent millions upon millions for the new banknotes without consulting the industry. So nobody else knows, nothing is prepared. The banks were fairly quick to fix the situation by adjusting the programming in the machines and the sensors so that the ATMs can accept the new notes. But if you remember correctly, that also took the better part of about 2 months. And it was only at a few machines initially, it was slowly rolled out. But now this is the irony. Bank of Namibia is the regulator for the commercial banks. Now if the regulator does not deem it necessary to talk to its clientele, what does it do? Why do we have a Bank of Namibia if it does not communicate with the commercial banks? You see, so those are two typical silos. The commercial bank in their own silo, the Bank of Namibia in its own silo. There's no lateral communication, there's no lateral exchange of information. And what you end up with, you and I sit with the inconvenience, we can't bank cash at an ATM, we can't pay for our parking at Lucia Putaku. And also I realize these are very basic examples. But you get instances, very serious instances, where the consequences are massive. Let's say, for instance, Angola does something that we don't like. So there's a they call it foreign policy application, a very fancy word for having a fight with your neighbors. Let's say there's a dispute between Angola and Namibia. Now we send 1,000 policemen to the border, but let's assume theoretically They don't talk, the police don't talk to the army. The army does not talk to the police, and nobody else talk to each other. They operate in silos. Can you see recipe for disaster?
Yeah.
Where it is serious, where it makes a big difference. And this is not far-fetched. This has happened in history so many times because of operating in a silo. You know, everybody just sticks to what he thinks he needs to do, or what she thinks she needs to do to fulfill the function for which her organization is responsible. So this is now where you see banknotes is a very simple thing, but it's a very practical thing. If you want to go make a cash deposit, often with these type of deposits, there are critical deadlines. You have to pay something on a specific day. Now you go to the bank, you want to make a cash deposit, the ATM won't accept it, so you can't carry on with the process of instructing whoever else because remember, for you to make a transaction on your telephone, you need the money in your account.
Yes.
You can only put the money in your account if you go stand in the cash hall, or if you go make a deposit at the ATM. If that doesn't work, it means the whole rest of the chain falls flat.
Exactly.
And you can't pay whoever it is that you need to pay. So operating in silos is something that we have to watch out for. And when we come back, I'm going to look at two more examples, two practical examples of where silos is seriously hampering the way that the economy is functioning.